Hi dear girl, welcome back to my channel. I'm sharing 7 questions to ask when you're fasting. I fasted several times in my life for medical procedures, weight loss in college, and during the Muslim holiday of Ramadan. Not all fasts are created equal.
12 hours, which almost everybody does overnight. The older you are, the healthier intermittent fasting is. Perimenopausal women or menopausal women, it's beneficial to have prolonged intermittent fasting, but don't jump to 16, 18 hours.
And each has its own purpose. My health coach Yarka and I had a discussion.
So intermittent fasting is healthy for us because it repairs your mitochondria, which are the powerhouse of your cells.
Question number 1. What is fasting? Essentially, fasting is abstaining from all or some kind of foods and drinks. According to the National Institute of Aging, fasting can include hours or days of no or minimal consumption of food without depriving yourself of essential nutrients. That's the key word, without depriving yourself of essential nutrients. Before my endoscopic examination of my large bowel, I followed a specific fasting procedure. Low fiber diet 3 days before, clear liquids 1 day before, most notably water with a little bit of salt, and no liquids 4 hours prior to the procedure. I did this procedure both in the United States and in Spain. Procedure is always the same. Reduce solids, limit liquids until nothing is consumed. Question number 2. What to eat when fasting? Not much. In my colonoscopy, I went from solids to soups and stews to essentially liquids, juices, then clear liquids, and then nothing. During Ramadan, I didn't eat from sunrise to sunset, and then I ate all night long in this beautiful village called Tyre in Lebanon. We sat by the sea, and at night, right after sunset, we ate grilled fish and chicken, ate homemade bread. It was an incredible experience to eat all night long and then all day sleep or just stay indoors because you have no energy to do anything else. Quick interjection. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alice, and right now I'm filming from Prague. This is my beautiful view. I create videos on mental health and wellness, specifically educational and motivational video for women so they can live their life of brilliance. Question number 3. What actually happens when you're fasting? This one I had to look up. I'm no doctor, but I did some research on YouTube, my favorite place to go to do research. I found a few videos on what actually happens when your body is fasting. After a meal, your body enters an anabolic state. It breaks down food into simpler molecules. Insulin helps cells absorb glucose, while excess carbs and fats are stored as glycogen and triglycerides. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Triglycerides. During fasting, your body shifts into a catabolic state, using glycogen reserves and producing ketones for energy. Glycogen signals the release of glycogens and fatty acids. I pray that I'm pronouncing this correctly. Prolonged fasting actually releases human growth hormone, which prevents muscle loss and promoting health benefits, better weight management, improved digestion, reduced inflammation. Question number 4. How do you prepare for a fast? According to Dr. Bose, who I found on YouTube, you should be keto adapted before starting a fasting diet. So this should take about 6 weeks prior to your diet. What this means is you're eating high fat foods, so your body gets used to using the fat derived from the food as a source of energy. This means eating stuff like fish, eggs, nuts, meats, which helps your body produce fat-based hormones that essentially optimizes your fasting results. Cool, right? Number 5. For how long should you fast? Every doctor, nutritionist, or healthcare coach will have their own recommendations. So it is important to consult your healthcare provider to find out what's best for you. A good starting point is 36 hours. Eat a high-fat content food meal before going to bed. Sleep, wake up, eat nothing during the day, sunrise, sunset, go to bed again, and this is great because you spend half of your time in resting mode. Fasting becomes a little bit easier and more impactful. Dr. Bose has a lot more great insights on this. According to the National Institute of Aging, this is called intermittent fasting, which is an eating pattern that includes hours or days of minimal food consumption. Common regimens include 36 hours, if I mentioned before, 5 to 2 intermittent fasting, where you eat for 5 days and then you don't for 2. This is on a weekly basis. And daily time restricted eating, which means that for 6 hours at a time, you're not eating. That's kind of hard to do because I gotta eat like every 2 hours. Also, how long you should fast depends on your goals. Are you trying to lose weight, have better cognitive function, just have more energy, better sleep? Do you want to manage your glucose or cholesterol levels? This leads me to the next question. Number 6, what are health benefits of fasting? According to the National Institute of Aging intramural research program, animal studies and clinical trials have been conducted that showed showed intermittent fasting can improve health benefits like obesity, diabetes, autoimmune, cardiovascular, cancer, and even mental health conditions. While intermittent fasting often reduces caloric intake, weight loss isn't the main benefit, the study found. The key benefit is a mechanism called metabolic switching, where your body shifts from glucose stored in the liver to ketones stored in fat. You're switching from glucose to fat storage. Ketone bodies aren't just fueled during fasting. They're powerful signaling molecules that affect cell and organ function. Ketogenesis, or the increase of ketones in the bloodstream, activates various cellular pathways which benefits aging and also health, which includes physical and mental, both. It really piqued my interest because I'm all about mental health and wellness. And one of the last things I looked at in my eating disorder journey, which I talk about in previous episodes on this channel, is how does nutrition affect mental health, whether it's mood. I was always looking at how does it affect my physical health, particularly how can I lose weight. The study's authors noted that more research was needed to understand how fasting can affect people who have a normal weight and people who are younger and older.
Perimenopausal women or menopausal women, it's beneficial to have prolonged intermittent fasting, but don't jump to 16, 18 hours. If you eat dinner at 7 p.m. and your breakfast at 7 a.m., you automatically fast for 12 hours. Then you can extend, you have breakfast later, 9 o'clock, even later.
Because most of the study was conducted on middle-aged men and women. Number 7, when should you not fast? This is an interesting question. Certain health conditions make fasting unsuitable. I'm practically anemic, which means my body can't carry enough oxygen to tissues, which makes me constantly tired. And especially today, as it's really cloudy, I get particularly tired. My health coach Yarka and I had a discussion about when not to fast. And here's what we talked about.
Intermittent fasting is healthy, but for women, it depends in what age group they are. If the woman is in the reproductive age, they shouldn't do more than like 12 hours. If they do more, they put more stress on their bodies, their cortisol goes up, they create more problems than health benefits. If you have any health condition, thyroid disease, somebody that has hypothyroidism as I have, it's not recommended to have very long fast period. It's not one size fits all. You have to always look on your health condition.
In summary, fasting can be a great option for improving health. But it's not for everyone. It's fascinating though to see my friends benefit from weight loss to better moods to more energy and even better sleep. In my next video, I will share summer tips for weight loss that anyone can do, and it's not that hard. Hit the bell and subscribe so you don't miss this episode. As always, be the girl that you want to be. Here's my friend's kitchen and a little bit behind the scenes. I found out that just water alone is kind of gross. The hack that I use is salt. What? I swear to God, salt is gold to me. So let me take out my salt. All right, I got a little bit more. Let me see where the salt is. I think I got more in my luggage. Yes. How do I make this? Wow, a little innovative. Much better. Let me get this out of your way. All right, cool. I have my Italian version of Brita, which is called Leica. My friend, she cleanses and charges her own water. Her friend did this. He drew these patterns. I mean, they have some sort of frequencies and energies. She puts the water on here. This is how she filters it. And by the way, it actually tastes different. It's delicious. I'm actually gonna ask her to explain to me again what that means because that code is super cool. So obviously when we drink water, it's kind of gross, and then you're gonna keep, unless you're in Switzerland, they have the best tap water. So you're gonna keep drinking, and then at some point, you know how you get really full? What I like to do, black Himalayan salt. This salt is from Iran. This is blue salt from Iran. Actually tiny blue crystals in here. And these are really cool salt crystals. They're black and white. They look like snowflakes. I don't know if you could see it. Crystal rocks. I know I just like to chew on salt. This one I got from my friend from Spain, and it's Viking salt with turmeric. It's delicious. Take like a pinch of salt, put it in water, you know, so you see that? I may do one more. Or put it like this. Sometimes I mix it with my finger or a spoon, and then I drink it. The water tastes better, and I feel better about myself because now I'm putting minerals in my body. Dr. Boss recommends putting salt in your water. Maybe it'll make the fasting experience much easier. Thanks, Jim, for the t-shirt. This company, Bad Kitty.